Hello everybody. I I am here today with my son Oliver. Today he is turning 6 months old, so we are going to do a 6-month life update. I can't tell if he's smiling, but he seems pretty interested in the camera. It's a new one. So he's like, what is that? He's used to seeing my phone, but he can't see himself in this camera, so I don't know. Do you know what's going on? Do you? If you are new to my channel, my name is Sammy and I make mommy, lifestyle, and Leo content. Oliver was born October 17th, and so today he is 6 months old, and I'm not really ready for it, to be honest. It's been the hardest, most beautiful 6 months of my life, and there have been days when I didn't think that I could do it anymore. Excuse you! He always burps in the videos when he's in them. Must be the position. There were days that I didn't think that I could do it in the beginning. It was the biggest transition of my life, which it should be. It's motherhood. But I don't think anything could have prepared me for the love and joy that would come with having a baby. So he is doing lots of things since you guys saw him last. He is sitting up on his own completely now, and I still put pillows around him when he's sitting on the floor because I'm like paranoid that he's gonna fall and hit his head, but he has not fallen in weeks. So I really should just dispose of the pillows now, but we'll see if I actually do that or not. He's teething constantly. He has 2 teeth coming in the bottom, and that's where this handy dandy little thing is coming in. And he's been teething since he was about 8 weeks old, so it's been quite the deal. We're ready to actually see some teeth any day now so that we can see that all of his hard work chewing on everything he can get into his mouth has paid off. And he is still sort of going through his sleep regression. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will know our struggles with his sleep regression. They started right around the 4-month mark and they have just continued. He is sort of napping during the day, but not consistently and only for short periods of time. He was beginning to sleep through the night, but for the last few nights he's been getting up at 1 to 3:30, somewhere in there. Then he's up for the day at either 6:30 or 7. And that's pretty early for him. Before all of this, he was sleeping until usually at least 8:30 and sometimes 9:30 or 10, depending on, I guess, just how he was sleeping. So we're still trying to get through that. Maybe someday we'll make it. He has started solid foods. He does not like rice cereal, do you? No, you just spit it out. But he has started to really like oatmeal cereal, and so we've been consistently feeding him that. And he's tried broccoli, green beans, and peas. Does not like green vegetables. And I don't know if it's all kids his age or if it's just him, but hates the green vegetables. So the new ones we're trying carrots tonight, and then we have sweet potato and squash. Those are our next on the list. And something else that he's obsessed with is patterns. So anything with, like, yesterday I was wearing a floral dress and he was sitting on my lap and he was pulling my dress up trying to get the flowers off of the dress. So that was fun. I kept like trying to discreetly like pull my skirt back down and like distract him with other things because I was with other people. So that was interesting. He stands really well on his own. Well, not on his own. He still needs a little bit of help. But if I hold his hands, he's very steady. He's got really strong legs. But he has no interest really in standing on his own or like trying to pull himself up. He doesn't seem to care about that. And crawling has yet to be seen. He likes tummy time now, which is thank goodness, because for the first about 4.5 months, he just hated it. So I would put him on his tummy and let him just fuss, but I would do it every single day. I would do a few minutes at a time every single day, and it was really hard for me because he would just cry and cry, and I was like, oh no, like it would make me so sad. But I knew that he needed that time to strengthen his, his upper body and his core and all of that to get him prepared for crawling and all of those other things. So he really enjoys tummy time now, but he still hasn't quite figured out how to get his knees under him. So we've tried to show him, but it's just not there yet. He's not ready yet. So, which is fine. We will support him in however long it takes him. But his doctor did say that he may walk before he crawls. She said a lot of boys that they have strong legs and they're really, she asked me if he was stubborn, which I thought was a funny question. And I said, he's definitely stubborn. And she said that a lot of boys that are stubborn they refuse to crawl. So they will walk before they crawl. So we may see that. He likes to fake walk, like his dad will walk him over to me like this, and he thinks that's a real hoot. He just giggles and giggles when we do that. So he loves that, and and he still loves his jumperoo. He jumps and jumps and jumps and jumps and jumps, and sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna go to bed jumping tonight, like it's never gonna end. But he loves his jumperoo. We are still struggling with his eczema, and you can see it like on his chin, bless you, and it's all over his body. And so we have been working really hard to find the right things for him. The best thing that we've had so far work, and this was recommended and prescribed by our pediatrician. I will say I'm not a doctor, so if this is something that you think your son has, you need to speak with your pediatrician. But she prescribed him Eucerin cream and a very low strength hydrocortisone cream for his skin. And then you just make almost like a salve out of it, and we apply it all over his body. And then we do oatmeal baths. It's okay. We do oatmeal baths usually about twice a week, and that seems to help calm the flare-up. Now, I know that a lot of people would recommend applying breast milk because I still have some stored, and we did try that, but I don't know if it's because his case is so severe that we did not see any results with it, or if we just need to try more. I'm not really sure what the process is there, so we may try again a few more times and see if we can get it to work for him, because the poor little guy must just be miserable. But he does get this from my husband. My husband has horrible eczema and has had that for the majority of his life. And of course, spraying and the pollen and all of that fun stuff is not helping any of this. So he's had a really bad flare-up here recently. Isn't any good? Yeah. So we're just trying to keep him calm and keep him at least, somewhat comfortable. So but he's a real trooper. It doesn't seem to bother him too much. So, but that may be because he doesn't understand it or know how to tell us that it bothers him. So anyway, so that's the update on his skin, because I know a lot of people, I say a lot of people, my viewers and my Instagram followers have seen our journey trying to get this under control, and so we're still working on it. It's still a work in progress, but hopefully we will find the right thing for him, and we'll get it under control. But his dad, we've been working on him for a long time, and he still has horrible flare-ups, and so I don't know. I just hope it doesn't bother him too much, and that we're able to find something that works for him eventually. So he's really into books now. I used to read to him in the beginning, and he really loved it in the beginning, and then he went through this phase where he just was not interested. He wouldn't pay attention. He wanted to go do other things, or wanted to play, or was very distracted, did not care about books at all. So thankfully he's gotten back into them. So we've been reading 2 a day at least, and sometimes we read more if he's feeling into it. And I've tried to get into a more consistent bedtime routine because of his sleep issues. So we are now at bedtime. We put his lotion his body paste stuff. We put it all over his body. We put him in a onesie, and then we put him in his sleep sack. And then we go downstairs, and I turn on the lullabies on Alexa, which he really, really loves. And we read a story, and then he eats his bottle, and he goes to sleep. And I think it has made a difference. I think it's helped him because you start to see him getting drowsy, like, while we're reading the book. So I'm really, really happy to see that it's working and that we're not doing it all for nothing. But that's how we've been putting him to bed recently, and I do think it's making a difference. So we're just going to continue to do that and hope that it will kick in. And, you know, once we get past these sleep regression issues, hopefully us having that consistent routine will help him get back, like, stay into the routine, and he won't have a lot of issues. Yeah. Yeah. He does giggle and he smiles all the time, but his giggles, he's much like his father. He's a very serious baby, so his dad is pretty serious by nature, and it takes a lot to make him laugh. So we have to work very, very hard for his giggles, and usually it's his dad that gets the giggles. Yeah, it's usually Daddy. But he does like to be tickled, and we like to play, and he's just doing so well. He's thriving. I don't have an updated weight and length for you because he has not been to the doctor yet. Yeah. And we actually don't have a scale here, and which is terrible. We really should. At least for him. I haven't owned a scale in like 5 years, but that's a whole other story. And so we should get one for him, but he will be going to the doctor next week for his 6-month checkup and shots, and so we will find out then. But the last appointment, he weighed 18.9, I think is what he weighed at the last one. So he's probably tripled his birth weight at this point because he's a little chunker. Yes, you are. You're a little chunker, aren't you? And we love it. We love his rolls. Anyway, so that's my 6-month update for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free. It just allows you to see my videos when I post them. And if you're not already, follow me over on Instagram at Kisses in Kevlar. It gives you a better look at our daily lives behind the scenes, and we're active over there pretty much daily. So definitely check us out, and I hope that I will see you in the next one. Bye. Say bye.